Welcome back. You're watching Nation Tonight. The debate over alleged central agency misuse has now reignited, with the matter coming up in Parliament. The opposition is cornering the centre in Parliament. Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi and Congress MP Pramod Tiwari gave a suspension notice in Parliament, demanding a discussion on the alleged misuse of CBI, ED and other government agencies against political rivals. The opposition alleges that ED, CBI and other central agencies have become election tools for the BJP, and they are being misused to topple governments and target the opposition leaders.
I'm joined by Shiv Sena MP from Rajya Sabha, Ms. Priyanka Chaturvedi, here with me. Ma'am, you've submitted a notice of a suspension in the Rajya Sabha demanding a discussion on the misuse of agencies. What exactly is the context of this, and why do you feel that the government of the day should wake up to this?
I'd like to remind you about the order that came, the bail order that came for Shri Sanjay Raoji, where it was categorically stated that his detention was illegal. His detention was under a civil suit filed for somebody else, and he was detained for it for so many months. So this just goes to show that ED is being used as an extended department of the Bharatiya Janata Party. ED, CBI and various other agencies are nothing but an election toolkit for the Bharatiya Janata Party. So this needs to be questioned, this needs to be discussed, deliberated. And as per my parliamentary question that I had asked in the Parliament, we got an answer that over 3,000 raids have happened on opposition leaders. 23 convictions have happened. So that just goes to show, if you look at the conviction rate and the number of raids that are happening, it is a very pre-planned idea to silence the opposition by using these agencies.
See, if you look at the subversion of democratic process in this country for the past few years, MLAs and MPs are being blackmailed, threatened, coerced to join the Bharatiya Janata Party. If you look at the destabilizing of governments in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, in Maharashtra, in many other states, it's very clear that by hook or crook the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to gain control of every state in the country by misusing ED, IT, CBI. This is what has happened in all these states. And moreover, when all these people, those so-called tainted people who are tainted by BJP, when they join BJP, there's no summons against them, there's no cases against them, then they get a clean sheet.
All right, joining me here on the program is Dr. Santanu Sen, Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha and also spokesperson of the TMC. Very good evening to you, Dr. Sen. It's a pleasure to have you here on the program. I would begin by asking you here that, this is the appropriate platform indeed, the winter session of Parliament, where the opposition can ask tough questions to the government. What is the main argument here of the opposition when it comes to the use or misuse, as the opposition puts it, of central agencies?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir. Go ahead.
Let me remind you, the data proves that the usage of ED and CBI has been increased by 365% in last few years by this BJP government, out of which 95% against the opposition parties. And so far our Trinamool Congress is concerned, it was topping the list. Earlier, CBI used to be called as caged parrot. Now, almost 20 political parties, they have left the National Democratic Alliance. And the most trustworthy political ally of Bharatiya Janata Party is ED and CBI. And you have seen how ED and CBI have been utilized as political tools, election tools against the political parties. Let me cite you a few examples. If you consider Narayan Rane, who is Mr. Narayan Rane? He is a learned central minister. Earlier, when he was in the opposition party, there was a case against him regarding money laundering. Once he joined BJP, he was removed from all those cases and he was adorned by a ministerial berth. So far, the Hemant Biswa Sarma is concerned, when he was in BJP, he was charge-sheeted, he was FIR'd by CBI in Sharoda scam. Once he joined BJP from some other party, from Congress, he was given the chief ministerial berth and he has become the most important leader of the Northeast region of India. Right, like that, so far the Trinamool Congress is concerned. On 21st July, when there is a historical rally of Madam Mamata Banerjee, on the very next day, there is attack of CBI. It's not me, it's not Dr. Santanu Sen. If you recall, the Supreme Court Chief Justice He, after going to a meeting organized by the CBI itself, he has said categorically that CBI has to come out of the purview of PMO. You have seen earlier the CBI director and joint director, they were accusing each other. And recently, a custody death has taken place in CBI in our state of West Bengal. And the wife of the victim, she has categorically claimed that the CBI officers has asked for 50 lakhs of rupees to settle the issue. That poor lady, she denied, and on the very next day, her husband was found hanging in the bathroom in the CBI custody. So this proves how improper this action is, and this proves how CBI and ED, they have become the puppet of the current ruling party of the country.
But you know, the problem is, Dr. Sen, and maybe this might become a bit of a political question, when there is no opposition unity, how will things change? Now, if the opposition is united, at least in this issue of misuse of the central agencies, why can't parties come together and contest the ruling dispensation politically? The moment that opposition comes, there is a one-upmanship between Mamata Banerjee and Sharad Pawar and Arvind Kejriwal. They do not want to be seen together. Why does that happen? If you really want to change, perhaps you might have to change things electorally, sir.
First of all, so far the opposition's unity is concerned, those who really want to oust BJP from this country to give a real freedom to the people of the country at large, they will definitely come together in due course of time. Number two, for saying sake, if I admit that at present there is no opposition's unity, does it mean that BJP is allowed to control over the CBI and
But
ED?
sir, do you know that when we asked this question in one of our conclaves to the Union Home Minister, we were told that the opposition is asking for a free run in corruption. Why should we not hold the leaders who are found guilty of corruption? Why should we not have investigation against them? And the whataboutery, that why the BJP leaders are not being brought, that aside, isn't that a valid point? That you know, those who are found to be engaging in any corrupt practices must be investigated, and this is just investigation.
Definitely, everyone should be investigated in a proper way. That's why our leader of opposition of our state of West Bengal, Shubhendu Adhikari, his name is very much there in the CBI FIR. No against him. There are many BJP leaders whose name CBI FIRs. No investigation against what you call, particularly against the opposition leaders, you tell me. Because BJP has been using these central agencies as their trustworthy political tools, and they are playing this vendetta politics against the opposition parties.
Right. That's very clear, Dr. Santanu Sen, that you've made your mind clear on this issue, like many other leaders of your party and other opposition parties as well. Thanks very much for joining us here on the program and sharing your thoughts with us.